Hey, YouTube. Lord, why did nobody tell me? Why did nobody tell me? In my Ricky Smiley voice. Why did nobody tell me? Somebody then sit up there and wrote a book about the beef sector. I couldn't believe it. I think I did hear somebody was working on a book of some sort, but apparently I just came across it today. Y'all see? What is the lady's name? RASHEEMA KEARNEY, the beef sector, beefing for dollars. Well, I'm going to give her a A on the title. Y'all see that? This is someone who is part of this sector, apparently, and who has written a book. She says this is the first of 3 books. He's written a 3-part series. It is not a long book. I think it's 48 pages, but it's certainly a good Kindle read. You can read it, in an hour or two. But we're going to see, because the first few pages that I read, I said, wait a minute. I know these people. I don't care. In the beginning, she says over and over again that this is fictional work. This is just fiction. This is fiction. She says it about 4 times in the introduction, right? But I've already identified several people. I should not mention their names. I don't get nobody in trouble. But I think we should all read this book. So y'all read it with me. I'm going to start today. It's called The Beef Sector. Beefing for dollars. And they're talking about us. Of course, I only clicked on it because I had to know if I was in it. That's what they think about these tell-all books today, child. So even though we're saying this is fiction, I want to see if you guys can figure out who is who. It's kind of fun to figure out who is who in this kind of books, right? And the stories that I've been exposed to so far, only in the first 5 or 6 pages, these things are based on actual events. So it should be interesting. So I'm going to read The Beef Sector. I encourage you guys to read it as well. And you content creators, you can go in there and reach and see if you make an appearance. Several people have. A couple of people are dead to me, so I can't say the names. That's why I won't bother to try to read anything. My public reading is stilty anyway. Let's see. See if y'all can catch on as fast as me. Okay, The Beef Sector. Beefing for dollars. First person, Renee. Y'all figure out who it is. Renee sat damn near glued to the computer, highly entertained by the content creator Lola with the Low. So somebody's name is Lola with the Low. Tell me who it is. Since the breakup of the Queen's Court, we all know that's a factual thing. Queen's Court hold on a minute. Let me get this light together. No. Or at least not in my face. Hold on. Okay. There you go. It still works. Not in my face. Okay. Since the breakup of the Queen's Court, she has been checking out different content makers in the beef sector. It was like the dark side of YouTube. So we are the dark side, apparently. That was kept hidden. Renee never knew whether to laugh or not when watching Lola. She was quite a character. She was a dark skin with an uneven skin tone that she attempted to camouflage with heavy amounts of makeup. She wore a skinny synthetic wig that resembled baby doll hair. It didn't help that she kept it slick to the side and revealed that she didn't have any edges. Her clothing was cheap, and she accessorized it with lots of gaudy jewelry that clinked and clanked every time that she moved. She sat in front of an old china cabinet. Complaining about another YouTuber named TC. Tell me who that is. Tell me who both these ladies are. She was the leader of a popular group named Team No Conscience Gang. TC was tall, thin-built, caramel complexion woman that wore faux locks and had beady eyes that seemed empty. Who are we talking about here? A lot of content makers in the beef sector feared her, including her own gang. In fact, Lowe nicknamed her Demon Child. From the stories that Lowe constantly shared about TC, Renee was curious to see if this person was as crazy as everyone proclaimed her to be. So like everybody else did, the first time they heard her, Renee visited Team No Conscience Gang, aka TNCG's platform. Renee couldn't believe the hell she was witnessing. TC was doing commentary and dropping receipts on various content makers. She told the moderators that it was closed. It was a closed chat, and ordered them to block anyone that spoke. Of course, this meant people that didn't need. My reading is so stilted, honey. I am extremely dyslexic, so I listen to books. Anyway, of course, this meant people that didn't belong to their gang. For the most part, everyone listened. But this really soulful, earthy lady joined the chat and perhaps missed the do not speak memo, because she said hello to the chat and told them her name. Either she didn't hear or didn't give a fuck. Either way, it angered TC, and the woman named Monique was quickly asked to leave the chat. In other words, this person did not like a lot of talking. She preferred you to listen and pay attention to what she said. Renee could not believe that shit. Before she herself left the chat, she made sure to subscribe before leaving. Something told her that this group provided a lot of entertainment. This is chapter 1. Lola with the low. Apparently, Lola with the low witnessed everything that transpired between TC and Monique, because she began to report on it immediately. She then instructed everyone to visit Monique's platform. Monique was livid. She began calling TC all types of demons and telling people that the group was a cult. Word quickly got back to TC, and she began to taunt Monique. She photoshopped pictures of Monique's wife, Bridget, and made sexual advances towards her. She then pretended to fuck a vibrator, saying that it was Bridget inside of her. Renee was disgusted and viewed TC as a nutcase. She wasn't the only one who viewed her that way. This behavior went on for days, at least until Monique decided to interview ex-TNCG members. Renee sat Indian style on her bed as she listened to TC rant over and over again. King Trout. There is a character called King Trout. Let's listen a little more. King Trout is a child molester. She couldn't believe her ears. She was fairly new to the beef sector, and she was hooked. Renee was a stay-at-home mother and self-proclaimed self-published author. She also was an owner of a popular blog site where she interviewed entertainers, authors, directors, and publishers of various stories of different topics. But she was so caught up in the beef sector that some things took a back seat. Today, she was definitely one of those days. The next chapter, King Trout. King Trout was considered a big fish in the beef sector. He had a huge following and was mostly known for reality show reviews. His platform was the hangout for many bloggers to act up on. At the present time, he was the only blogger without a moderator. This allowed the subbies free reign, and this would be one of those free reign days. There was ex-TNCG members in the chat. In fact, one of the members who happened to be TC's right hand, Deep Throat Alice. What the? Okay. So one of the, come on. My screen went dead. Okay. So one of King Trout's, what is it? There was a TNCG member in the chat. Let me say. In fact, one of the members who happened to be TC's right hand, Deep Throat Alice, argued with TC on the conference call. If you didn't know that Alice was a woman, you would think that it was a make. Maybe that's supposed to be man. It was a man. She had a very deep, raspy voice. She was caramel complexion with more blonde lace front wigs. The people in the chat nicknamed her Uncle Alice. You got the people down yet, people? Okay, I'm not going to try to read all this. My public reading is so stilted. But I'm going to recommend you guys also check out this book. What's the name of it? The Beef Sector. Check out The Beef Sector. Maybe we can talk about it later. But I applaud this woman for actually going ahead and doing what I'm sure all of us writers have thought about. I'm sure it's crossed all of our minds to write. So she's written. It's not only a ebook though. It's also a book. It's on Amazon. When I get back in there, I'll put the link in. But it seems like quite a few people are showing up in these things. And the stories, they have a ring of truth. So, of course, I skimmed through there to make sure I wasn't in it. But you guys, you guys might enjoy figuring out who is who, what is real and what is fiction. So I'm recommending you read it. And then maybe we can come back and talk about it. Right? But yeah, I don't have no problem promoting this girl. She's taking the time to actually document and write a fictional account of the beef sector. We're going to be famous.